with Booker T saying Brock Lesnar could jump ship to AEW and Eric Bischoff claiming he can't believe WWE is feeding talents like Bray Wyatt to AEW. This is Wrestling Up. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report for August 3rd. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Up and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Following AEW's Blood and Guts match, many were critical of the last big moment, where MJF pushed Chris Jericho off the top of the cage. This led to many poking fun at Jericho landing on a crash pad made of cardboard boxes. WWE star Shotzi Blackheart originally reacted with a gif of someone falling on a bed, which caused Jericho to specifically reference her in his response, as he said on a Saturday night special. So people laugh at that sort of stuff, but there's no reason to, because this is the real deal and it can happen at any time. Best of luck to anybody in our business, and anybody that bags on somebody who's taking a chance and putting their bodies on the line can really F off, especially people in the business. I could say some names. There's a couple of chicks in WWE who said some stuff and they probably should not have said that. They probably weren't trained any better, and in 6 months they'll probably be asking us for a job anyways, and I'll remember that. So we'll leave it at that. With Talk Sports, Shotzi responded to Jericho's comments, saying, "I meant no offense to Jericho. I thought honestly the match was great, but you know what? Like, take a joke, bud. It's just a gif. Laugh at it and move on. It's live TV. Things happen. It's pro wrestling. Don't take life too seriously is all I have to say." Shotzi and Nox look to be #1 contenders for the women's tag titles not long after making their SmackDown debuts, as we'll have to see if they can become champions. Today, WWE has confirmed the release of Ric Flair, and apparently this has been in the works for a while. With TMZ reporting, we're told the split has been in the works, and both sides ultimately came to an agreement recently. According to Dave Meltzer, Flair also texted Vince McMahon about the booking situation for his daughter Charlotte. He sent messages, I think it was text messages. He had sent a message to Vince, and it was basically complaining about Charlotte's booking and her situation. Now he's gone. I've seen it said it was his decision to leave, but I just know from people who I know who are closer to this situation than I am that say that it was Vince's decision. Many fans are speculating that Flair will end up in AEW. Be sure to let us know what you want to see Ric Flair do next. WWE has been releasing many of the company, from big stars to those working behind the scenes. Speaking on the Out of Character podcast, Sheamus talked about the locker room morale following these cuts. I said a while ago about the locker room, I talked about a couple of releases. No one ever wants to see releases, you know? I lost a lot of friends who were no longer with the company. They asked me how the atmosphere was. I said the atmosphere is good, and then obviously Sheamus is lying, because how can the atmosphere be good? But the truth of the matter is it's good. The lads have a crack, a joke, they rib each other. You know what I mean? We're always slagging each other off, and it's a really good vibe. With WWE possibly looking to release even more talent, these good vibes might not hold up. AEW has been in the news for rumors of signing the likes of CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. These are huge grabs for the upstart promotion, but Booker T said on his Hall of Fame podcast that he would not rule out Brock Lesnar making the jump. There is always a good chance. If there's a check, there's always a chance anything can happen. The thing is, Lesnar is at the stage of his career where it's about securing things and locking things up, I think. Is it improbable that something like that could happen? Of course not. Right now, you've got to sit back and wait on it to happen. I know the rumors are flying around right now, and right now I've said it once and I'll say it 1,000 times. This is the closest it's been since WCW and WWE Wars, and the guys going from one spot over to the other side. Anything can happen right now. With the shocking release of Bray Wyatt from WWE, Eric Bischoff touched on the company giving up so many talents to AEW. I find it ironic that 6 or 8 months ago, people were thinking, oh man, Vince McMahon is afraid to let anybody go because he's afraid of AEW. For God's sakes, he's feeding people to AEW. I have no instinct on this. I have no gut feel on this, but I'm fascinated with the fact that WWE is willing to not just let talent go, let marquee talent go with a high level of equity amongst wrestling fans, at the point where AEW is making such such solid progress. They got momentum in their corner now. They're on a roll now, and what a weird time to release a talent like Bray Wyatt that has so much freaking equity with the audience and allow him to be in the position to go to AEW. That is a phenomenally interesting scenario to me. Makes me wonder what is going on behind the scenes in WWE. I'm just fascinated. It's an interesting time to be interested in the wrestling business. John Cena made his debut for the Fast and Furious series in Fast 9. This comes after The Rock was not in this film and confirmed he would not be in the next two. People recently spoke to Cena where he revealed the cast were hesitant to accept him. They were kind of apprehensive to me being there, just like we are in WWE, like who is the new kid? But then when the new kid does something good, or like when you have good open conversations, it's like, yeah, you're alright. Or as Vin calls it, the family. That's super rare in a film, because usually you do the project, you move on. It's like a wonderful summer camp. You make great friends, and some you stay in touch with them, and some you don't. But you do the thing and then you move on. This family gets together like every 2 years to do Fast films. They're celebrating its 20th anniversary. This is a global franchise that has entertained fans for 2 decades. I've been a WWE performer. Next year will be my 20th anniversary. So to see Vin and Jordana, Michelle and the crew, Tyrese and Luda, they've been in these characters for 20 years. It felt as homey as a WWE locker room. I've never felt that anywhere. Vin Diesel would say after shooting that he feels Paul Walker delivered Cena to them, with it appearing that Cena will be sticking around to film a couple more movies for the franchise. During an episode of SmackDown in 2019, when Kofi Kingston was WWE Champion, he needed permission from Vince McMahon to use a middle finger during his feud with Samoa Joe. Big E recalled these events on the New Day podcast. Kofi throwing up the bird when you had the WWE title with Samoa Joe. For some reason, you flipping him the bird, I feel like you're the most unlikely person to flip anyone the bird in WWE history. Kofi would add, the whole situation was so funny, because we were talking about how we wanted to present this idea and we needed a punchline. I was like, it's got to be the middle finger. Maybe not the middle finger, but something along those lines. The more we talked about it, it was like, nah, it's gotta be the middle finger. We went in and asked he who shall not be named, and he cleared it. Yeah, that'll be fine. We'll just shoot around it. What? Okay, good luck. Sure enough, the cameraman went over the shoulder and you could see me legit cheesing. I got to throw the middle finger up on TV. The little things. With John Cena showing up at the Suicide Squad premiere in his Peacemaker outfit, he was greeted by his old rival in WWE, AEW star Miro. The two shared a hug and some words before going their separate ways. And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.